Alright, y'all, let's break down what happened at the 2019 Soul Train Awards. Y'all ready? It's lit.
I came to vibe, you came to function, just do that, baby. Don't worry about nothing, no. I came to vibe, you came to function, just do that, baby. Don't worry about nothing, no.
What's good, y'all? It's your boy Bright here, the R&B kid. I'm back again with another video for y'all. Sorry, I know I'm hella busy, y'all. I barely upload these days, but you know I'm hella busy with work and school. But I have some time today, so I want to sit down and make a quick video for y'all talking about the Soul Train Awards, which went down last night on Sunday. I think they were happening in Vegas. So sorry if I sound a little funny to y'all. I'm coming down from a really bad sore throat and a little bit of a cold. You know, flu season is underway, y'all. It's in effect, so I caught a little bit of a bug, but bear with me. Sorry if I sound funny, but bear with me. But yeah, man, the Soul Train Awards, they went down last night, last Sunday in Vegas. I always have to, you know, give support to the Soul Train Awards, and I definitely want to make a video for it because I feel like the Soul Train Awards, like I said in previous years, they hold such a special place in my heart. They're one of my favorite award shows that come around every year, because even though the BET Awards do a great job of honoring black talent and showcasing black talent, I feel like even more so than the BET Awards and Black Girls Rock and, you know, the BET Hip Hop Awards and all that other stuff, I love the Soul Train Awards because I feel like the Soul Train Awards does a great job of not only being somewhat very organized every year and also just like I feel like executed very well, but I love seeing a show that really gives a home and a platform for a lot of R&B artists to really have that look that they might not exactly get from the BET Awards or from other awards, the Grammys or the American Music Awards, the Billboard Music Awards. Like, I love the Soul Train Awards being a place that a lot of, like, you know, lower tier R&B artists can come and really showcase their talent, showcase their art. The Soul Train Awards, I feel like, is always one of the best, like, showcases of black art every year. They always get such good performers, such good tributes. It's not all about it being like the fanciest award show around, but it always gets good talent and just it always has good energy with good people in the room. So I always love the Soul Train Awards. I feel like it's my favorite show every year. And this year was, you know, nothing changed. This year wasn't exactly the most memorable or probably the most exciting show around. I think that was from a lack of star power, which I'll talk about in a little bit later, but it was still a really good show that I enjoyed from start to finish. It was a really good show. This year they honored Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis with the Legend Awards, which was so fittingly deserved for both of them. I'll talk about that a little bit later. And also they awarded the Lady of Soul Award to Miss Yolanda Adams, who was a legend that completely deserves it. I'll talk about that later in a little bit too. But so those are the two honorees of the night, along with a lot of other performances by a lot of newer and older R&B artists. So yeah, all in all, I would say it was a really cool show. But let's get into the details. First things first, this was the first year where they actually did the show live. So I was hella nervous, but also really excited to see how they'll pull it off. I think this is the first time they ever did the show live, and man, they pulled it off. I was so happy for them, and I was just like, wow. Like, I feel like anytime I see an award show is gonna be live, unless it's the Grammys or the Oscars, I'm like, because shit always goes left. But I feel like I was watching it the whole time, and I don't feel like there were any like technical snafus. I don't feel like there was anything that happened. Like, I didn't notice anything that was really crazy during the main telecast. Like, I didn't notice anything. But the pre-show was a mess though. So the pre-show was also live. That was like an hour before the show, and that was a freaking mess. They had Ray J, what's their names? I think Claudia Jordan and some style guru. I think her name was Connie Johnson, I think it was. So they had those three people, like, you know, interviewing artists and, like, you know, looking at people's outfits, talking about, you know, why people think that black is beautiful, and just talking about all types of stuff was going on with different artists and their projects and stuff like that. So the pre-show was cool. I'm not really into pre-shows like that. I just like to kind of get into the artist interviews. That's why I like the pre-shows, but I don't care about the red carpet and all that shit. But the pre-show was still cool, even though it was a mess with the technical stuff, like the audio, the you know, cutting to different cameras. Like, that shit was just a mess. I felt bad for Ray J, Claudia, and Connie, but they still did their thing. They still had great energy throughout the whole thing. Even with all the issues, they still kept their energy and they still did a good job, you know, interviewing all the artists. So it was really cool to see that happen. But yeah, man, I don't know what it is about BET pre-shows. They're always a freaking mess. I don't know what it is. The BET Awards, Soul Train Awards, it's like every year the pre-shows are always a freaking mess. I don't know why they always are, but they always are. And also Darnell Jones performed You Know What's Up, in a really random part of the pre-show. It was hella random, and his vocal hit and his energy was just off, but he still did his thing, but it was just off, and the crowd was kind of dry too. But Donald Jones is okay, you still got it, because you still gave us one of the best R&B bangers of all time with You Know What's Up. Rest in peace to Left Eye. So yeah, that's still one of the best R&B songs of all time. So Donald Jones, you got that. But yeah, that was a really random performance, and he was just off, but it's okay. All right, so now talking about some other things about the show in general. So Keyshia, I'm looking at my notes here. So Keyshia Campbell and Tichina Arnold hosted this year for the second time in a row, and I thought they killed it. They did a great job. I love their energy and their chemistry. You could tell that they are really good friends behind the scenes. They're really genuine friends. Their chemistry, their comedic timing is still on point. They were just good hosts. I would say I love how they weren't too corny. They weren't like annoying. They didn't suck up the air in the room. They didn't make the show all about them, but they kept the show moving and they kept things interesting. I like them as co-hosts for the Soul Train Awards. They did a great job last year. They did a great job again this year. I like them together. I thought they did a good job. Let me know what y'all thought about Tichina Arnold and Keyshia Campbell down below. But I thought they did a great job. So let me know how y'all thought about that. And also some other notes. I was saying before, I did notice a lack of star power this year. I think that's what kind of dragged the show down a little bit. Was I noticed there was a lack of star power, especially from the current generation. I know it's hard because a lot of people are touring. A lot of people probably have shows or other commitments that they can't really get out of. But I feel like every artist in the world always makes it a point to make sure that the Grammys are blocked off. If you're black, mostly besides Billy Ray Cyrus, that the BET Awards are blocked off. But I feel like a lot of artists don't have that same energy for the Soul Train Awards. Like, I feel like the Soul Train Awards should be like, it should be one of those things that like everybody makes it out for in the industry. Like, no matter how busy you are, everyone makes it out to Vegas for that weekend for the Soul Train Awards, like we do for the BET Awards and the Grammys. But for some reason, a lot of artists don't have that same energy. I get why, but shout out to her. Like her was saying, the Soul Train Awards are such an important part of our culture and our history that I feel like we're kind of getting away from the importance of the Soul Train Awards, and I want a lot of artists to really set that example and show up. Even if you're not nominated, just show up and enjoy the vibes of the room, connect with your fellow artists, and just put on for R&B. We're living in a really hip-hop drenched society right now, which is cool, but R&B is what has been the start of all this music shit. It all came from, gospel, soul, R&B, soul, jazz. So I just feel like we need to put more respect on R&B's name, So a lot of R&B and hip-hop artists, I'm looking at y'all. Start showing up to the Soul Train Awards. It's not a good look for half y'all to not be there, and that's why half of the awards are not given out. And going to my next point, I understand that, they always want to pack a lot of performances and little highlight reels and a lot of stuff into the show, so I understand they want to pack so much into the show, and I also understand that they always like to have so many performances where they're trying to gather old school and new school R&B artists. But I just feel like I don't like how there's like not enough of the main awards that are televised every year. Like I feel like there's only like 4 or 5 awards that were announced during the main telecast in a 3-4 hour show. I just feel like there should have been way more awards that were presented on the main telecast. Like even if the artists are not there, I don't care. I still feel like a lot of the major categories should have been announced during the main telecast. Like best male R&B artist, album of the year, video of the year, collaboration. Like none of those were announced during the main telecast. And like I said, I don't care if the artists are not there. They should still be announced, And I going back to the star power point, I know that this wasn't like a big year for a lot of R&B hits on the charts, so this is kind of a dry year for hits, in R&B, so I get it. But I noticed that I think along with the lack of star power, I don't think there were any major R&B hits that were performed on the telecast this year. Like it was all old school songs or new songs that just came out recently from newer artists that are not hits yet. Or maybe songs that weren't big hits that have come out recently, or come out early this year, but weren't really big hits. So I noticed that. I think this is the first year ever where there was like probably not one big R&B song that was performed that was a big hit this year. Like not one. So that made it for a very interesting show. But I think it also make it to be one of the most least memorable shows in its history, because there was like no major artists performing their hit single this year. But I kind of get it. It was a slow year for R&B hits, but still. So those are some things that to me that I noticed about the show in general, that I did not like. But those are historical things that I've come to expect these I've come to expect those things. But alright, y'all, but now let's actually move on to the actual show. Alright, so Tichina Arnold and Keyshia opened the show with a little, like, I want to say like a medley / tribute to Janet Jackson and also Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis. They performed Janet Jackson Throb and maybe some other joints, I can't remember, but I know they did Janet Jackson's Throb, which was so dope to me because I just feel like I thought it was really radical and like interesting opener, like having this like what was it, like drag theme, like, you know, drag show, dancing at the ball, like a pose theme, whatever. So they had like a drag pose theme, which was really interesting. I thought it was a really interesting way to open up the show, but I wasn't mad at it, but I thought it was interesting. But yeah, Tisha and Tichina did their thing, you know, dancing to Janet's Throb. It was a really cool performance, and they also were like, you know, flopping around and, you know, making it really comedic and acting like they were out of breath and all that stuff. So, you know, they did a normal thing. It was really funny. I liked it. They had some good choreo, but also making it funny as hell. So they did a good job with that. And then Tank and Keyshia Cole came out and presented Best Female R&B Artist, and we had to get in a joke about Tank, and I was over that. I feel like we all need to go over this Tank shit. It wasn't that deep. I actually think Tank had a great point with what he said. I don't really see why a lot of people disagree with it. I'm not mad at what he said. But if you disagree, I get it. But I'm not mad at what he said. But I think we should all let go of what Tank said. It's not that deep. Let go of it. It's not that deep. But of course they had to make a joke on the telecast. But the award went to her, which I was very happy with. I love her. She definitely deserved it. I thought it was gonna go to somebody else, but they gave it to her, so I'm not mad at it. Let me see. I think the winner, the nominees in that category were her, Ari Lennox, Beyonce, Lizzo, Mary J. Blige, and Summer Walker. I thought they would have gave it to Beyonce or Summer Walker or Lizzo, but I'm glad her took it because her deserves it. And also, I don't understand how Keyshia Cole knew it was gonna be her before she opened up the envelope. Like, Keyshia Cole had the envelope, she was like, oh my god, I love her, I'm so glad she made it, I'm so glad she got it. Then Keyshia Cole opened up the envelope and was like, her, and I was like, Keyshia, how did you know it was her before you opened up the envelope? So that made me kind of side-eye Keyshia in the award show, like okay, I don't want to make any accusations, but I'm like, are these, I don't know. I know the Grammys are rigged, but I'm hoping the Soul Train Awards are not rigged, but come on. So that made me feel a little bit weird, but whatever. And then after that, we had Sir come out and perform his songs Hair Down without Kendrick and John Redcorn off of his latest album Chasing Summer, which is a great album. Go check it if you haven't already. And yeah, man, I liked Sir's performance. Sir was cool. I like seeing all his peers hype him up. He had like BJ, Luke, and Ro James like hyping up in the crowd. I like seeing him getting a lot of love from his peers. Sir's a great artist. I think he did a good job. I love his voice. I love those songs. So I thought he definitely did his thing. And I love that he brought out D Smoke, the winner of Rhythm and Flow, who is, I know D Smoke is like family to him, so I'm glad he brought him out. I know they know each other for mad long. I don't know if they're related, but I know they're like family. So, and D Smoke is also a feature on one of my favorite Sir songs, You Ain't Ready, from his album that came out back in 2015. So I love D Smoke. D Smoke is dope. I can't wait to, see him get out here in this music game. D Smoke is ill. So D Smoke did his thing on the piano in the back, and Sir had a great performance. I think that was like Sir's first like major award show performance, I think. So I was proud of Sir. You did a good job, bro. You definitely did your thing. And yeah, like I said, I'm here for more, more R&B solidarity, more R&B solidarity. And then K Michelle came out and performed The Rain, her new joint that samples Kings to the Rain by New Edition. Man, K Michelle, I love you, mama. But I feel like K Michelle was lip syncing OD. I don't know if that was just me. I don't know if y'all caught it, but K Michelle was lip syncing OD. And I was like, K Michelle, you don't need that shit. You can blow. So I'm not mad at K Michelle because I know she can blow. She can sing circles under you. She can sing circles around anybody. She can sing you under the table. K Michelle, she can blow for days, but like, I feel like she was lip syncing with that performance. But she still did a good job, and she looked amazing, and her performance, her set was really nice, and it's a great song too. So shout out to K Michelle. She looked amazing. She definitely did her thing. And then Issa Rae came out and presented her new artist on her new label, Timar. Man, Issa Rae, I love you, mama, but like, we don't need you to get into the music label game. We don't need you to get into the record label game. There's enough labels out here. You have enough on your plate. I'm not trying to stop nobody's bag or stop nobody's ambition or dream, but Issa Rae, between TV and film and overall activism, you have enough to do. You have enough on your plate. You don't need to get into the music game. Like, we don't need it. I'm not here for it. And her artist Timar, I've been hearing that name a lot for the past few years, but I'm not checking into her music. But she was on the Music Matter stage, and I don't like her voice, and I didn't like the song. The song was alright to me, but I like her vibe. So Timar, I like your vibe. I'm not in love with your voice. The song was weird to me, but I like your vibe. So I think you got a lot of potential. But yo, Issa, get out of the record label game. You don't need to be in it. Then after that, we had Tiana Major 9 and Earth Gang perform Collide, which is one of the songs off the new Queen and Slim soundtrack. I cannot wait to see Queen and Slim. That's one of the movies I'm most looking forward to this year. That movie looks insane, so I can't wait to see that movie. But yeah, the Queen and Slim soundtrack was pretty solid. A lot of good songs on that soundtrack. And this is one of the standouts to me was definitely this collaboration between Tiana Major 9 and Earth Gang called Collide. Earth Gang did that thing. One of the dudes in Earth Gang did his verse, and then he went off the stage, and then Olu and Tiana Major 9 performed the rest of the song, like in a duet style. It was really cool. I love their set. It had like tire rims and flowers. It had like a real like Queen and Slim vibe, like a black, Bonnie and Clyde vibe. I loved it. The set was cool. Olu was bringing them vocals out. I'm like, Olu, like, I know Olu can sing, but like, Olu, you was bringing them vocals out. I'll see you. And Tiana Major 9, she's an amazing singer. I'm excited to see where she goes from here. I don't know where she'll go from here. She's like a new artist, I think. But yeah, man, I liked her performance. She was great. So really good performance all around. They really did that thing on that. So yeah. All right, after that we had the award for Best Gospel / Inspirational, and that went to Kirk Franklin. I wasn't surprised. I think the nominees were BB Winans, Donald Lawrence, Erica Campbell, Tasha Cobbs Leonard, and Tori Kelly, but the award went to Kirk Franklin. I wasn't surprised by that. Kirk Franklin gets everything, but shout out to him, he's amazing. And I loved his speech he had a whole speech about an analogy where he said, like when he was young and single, he used to have like just eat nothing but microwavable foods, and the center would always be cold. But when he used to eat his grandma's cooking, it was never cold in the middle. It was always flavorful and seasoned and marinated right, because grandma was cooking it. She started cooking it Saturday night, and he used that to describe pretty much if anybody in the room feels like the world is kind of sleeping on them or forgetting about their talent, or just like the world isn't checking into them. Don't worry, just wait. Your time is coming. You're the food marinating on Saturday night, ready for consumption on Sunday. So I thought that was a great analogy, a great speech. Really like inspired me and made me feel like, okay, you know what, yeah, like my time is coming, like amen to that. Because I feel like we all tend to feel that way, where we feel like we're just not being appreciated, we're not being recognized for what we do. Like our talent is not being recognized. So I definitely feel that way all the time, whether it comes to YouTube, me at work, me at school, whatever the fuck. Like I feel that way all the time. So I love Kirk Franklin's speech, and it really inspired me. It made me feel so much better about what I'm doing these days. If I'm not getting that look right now, Dory, my time and your time is coming too. Amen. All right. All right, and then we had what was it? We had all right, and then we had Boyz II Men and Stokely come out as part of like part of a tribute to Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis. Boyz II Men came out and performed on Bend the Knee. I think they did another song, but I forgot what song it was. And then Stokely came out and performed another song, and then he performed Breaking My Heart, Pretty Brown Eyes, one of the best R&B songs of the 90s still to this day. But yeah, Boyz II Men, they were cool. Usual Boyz II Men fare. Stokely, he tore the house down. I loved his performance. His energy was on point. His vocal was on point. I love Stokely's performance. I feel like Stokely's one of the most underrated and like underutilized and underrecognized voices in R&B. Stokely can sing his ass off. He's so underrated. I feel like a lot of people just forget about him because Mint Condition kind of been off the scene for a minute, but like Stokely is like, his voice is crazy. So Stokely, shout out to you killed it. Such an underutilized and underrecognized, underrated voice in R&B. His voice is amazing. He definitely did his thing. I love his energy, great performance. Shout out to Stokely. Then after that, we had the Best New Artist Award, which was presented to Summer Walker. I was cool with that, and I definitely was not surprised. I definitely expected her to win it. She deserves it. The nominees in the category were also Lucky Day, Mahalia, Nicole Buss, Pink Sweats, and YK Osiris. Pretty good lineup for this year. But the award went to Summer Walker, as it should have, because she's definitely the best new artist that's come along this year for R&B. And I was surprised. I didn't know she was actually in the building. I didn't know she was there. But then I saw her, it's like, oh shit, Summer Walker, you here? Like, damn. But yeah, man, I just want to talk real quick about this whole Summer Walker social anxiety thing. I have no problem with her having social anxiety because I have a lot of sympathy for that. But I just feel like, I don't know. I'm really hoping she can overcome this in some type of capacity moving forward, because I feel like the music is too good for her to be the artist that just, every time she wins an award, whether it's the Social Awards or the Grammys, like comes up and says, oh, I didn't know I was getting it, thank you guys, okay, bye. Like, I don't want her to be that artist like time and time again for the future. I feel like she's way too good of an artist, and the music is way too popular for her to just be someone that just like, says hi and then dips out. Like, I understand she has social anxiety, I understand it, but it's like, Summer Walker, I just want you to push yourself to really just have more to say, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. She didn't need to be up there giving a whole like, kumbaya, like, we need to end world hunger, we need world peace speech. But I just wanted her to just say a little bit more than just thank you guys, thank you on the track, okay, bye. Like, Summer Walker, your music is too good for that. But she has social anxiety, so I get it. But yeah, Summer Walker won that, so congrats to you, mama. You definitely deserve that. I'm definitely happy for you. After that, we had Wale and Jeremiah come out to perform on Chill. And then after that, Wale performed Sue Me with Kelly Price. After that, pretty good performance all around. I was surprised they let Wale get his rap shit off, because this is the Soulchill Awards. But then again, Wale's always rep for R&B throughout his whole career, so I'm not surprised. And he can get a look, because Wale always supports R&B. He's always had a lot of R&B artists on his project, since he started. So I'm cool Wale performing. On Chill was cool, it was alright. But to me, the highlight was Sue Me, his performance with Kelly Price. Kim and Kelly did a great job. Kelly sang down as always. Wale did his thing on the mic. Yeah, it was a pretty cool performance, and I feel like it was a nice, like, little, like, black power, black, solidarity moment for the show, so I definitely appreciate that. I feel like Wale definitely brought the black power vibes for a little minute, so I appreciate that. So Wale, you definitely did your thing. Shout out to Wale, my Niger brother. Shout out to Wale. And then after that, we had Queen Naija come out and perform Good Morning Text. Another example of a new song that just came out that hasn't really hit yet. It's a brand new song, so a lot of people didn't really know it. And to me, even though I like that song, is cool, but I feel like it wasn't a great choice to perform live, because I feel like it's a song that doesn't translate well live, because it depends on a lot of background vocals. And also, I feel like it's a song that doesn't really show her range and her power that much. But Queen Naija still did a good job. She still performed. Her vocals are good. Her energy wasn't, I feel like this is a consistent thing with Queen Naija. Her energy isn't where I wanted it to be. Because I feel like, what's so funny about Queen Naija? Queen Naija, if you've seen this, I love you, mama. But Queen Naija is the most, like, funny, charismatic, energetic person on her YouTube channel, like on her vlog. She's so. But then when it comes to her performance on it, like, whether it's a cypher from last year, or her performing this year, it's like she be so like timid and like to herself. It's like, I don't get it. Like, Queen Naija, you're such a big, bold personality in your vlogs, but then you perform and it's like, do I love you, ma? Do I love you, ma? I don't know. But Queen Naija, I love you, and your vocals were pretty good. I just want you to do, get better with the stage presence, And then after that, we had Ari Lennox come out and present Pink Sweats, who performed on the Music Matter stage. I'm so mad Ari Lennox couldn't perform a damn song. She has one of the best R&B albums out this year, and she's a new artist, and she was nominated for some awards. I don't understand why she couldn't perform. So that was trash. I don't know if she didn't want to perform or if they didn't want her to perform, but that was messed up to me. But she presented Pink Sweats, performed Honesty. He killed it. His set was a vibe. I'm telling you, that Honesty record, like his falsetto on that song was just so on point. Shout out to Pink Sweats. He's a great new artist that I really like. I'm looking forward to seeing him do more things in the future. He's a great artist who brings a different type of vibe to the game. And his sound and his music is really cool. So shout out to Pink Sweats. I'm so mad they cut him short, because his set deserved a lot more. He was killing it, and they just cut him short for commercial. But they always do that to the Music Matters performers, so whatever. Ain't nothing new. But his set was a vibe. He was killing that shit. And then after that, we had the Soul Cypher. We had Erykah Badu on the ones and twos, and Robert Glasser on the piano. When the first person was Carl Thomas, I was like, oh shit, they brought Carl Thomas out? I ain't seen Carl Thomas in I don't know how many years. They just brought him out, and I was like, oh shit, Carl Thomas. So he came out, did his thing. He still sounded good after all these years. He still sounded good. And they had Keyshia Cole come out, and I love Keyshia Cole as part of the Soul Cypher, because she pretty much used like a lot of her a lot of the titles of a lot of her hits, and she like strung them together for her freestyle. It was really dope how she did it. I just thought it was dope how she arranged it. It was really cool, and it was a great reminder of all the R&B classics that Keyshia Cole has in her catalog. Y'all keep forgetting about Keyshia Cole, but Keyshia Cole has a lot of R&B classics in her catalog. Like, she could run a list. Like, come on. So I'm glad she ran through all her hits, you know, singing about them and using the titles of the songs. It was dope how she did it. And then they had Lea Johnson come out. I don't know much about her, but I love her voice. I think she's a gospel artist. Lea Johnson's voice is so dope. That was like one of my first times really hearing her sing, and she's dope. I love her voice. She's amazing. She definitely did her thing. And she also like sampled like a lot of dope R&B hits like 1 in a Million and Tyrone, but she put a gospel twist to it, so that was really dope as well. And then lastly, Anthony Hamilton ended it out. He really did a good job. As usual, he always comes through as always. He's mad dependable. Anthony Hamilton is one of the most dependable vocalists out there. He definitely did his thing. And then Erykah Badu she had a little outro for herself too. And then the Soul Cypher was over. But yeah, but I appreciate the Soul Cypher this year. I thought it was a good job. They all did a really good job. Shout out to all 4 people and Robert Glasper and Erykah Badu. Great job. And then after that, Kirk Franklin presented the Lady of Soul Award to Yolanda Adams, and that was her moment in the show. I'm glad she got it. Man, Yolanda Adams is probably one of the most underrated and unsung vocalists of her time, and also just our current time. Like, I don't know much about her music in on a deep level, but man, as a vocalist, like Yolanda Adams is like one of the best out there. I love her. She's an amazing vocalist. Man, she's one of the only people that can like scream and shout and wail and modulate for like 10-15 minutes straight, and by the end she don't look like she's tired. Like, I don't get it. So Yolanda Adams killed that. Her vocal endurance is insane, and I love seeing that tribute to her where people just talk about her career and what she's meant to R&B and to gospel. It was such a good moment. She deserves it. She's a legend, so I'm glad Yolanda Adams got that look. Congratulations, Yolanda. You deserve it. You're a legend. Keep doing your thing. We love you. After that, Luke James, BJ the Chicago Kid, and Ro James came out and performed a little bit of All Your Love, and then their new song called Go Girl that no one knows about. Another example of a song that no one knows about. But they did a cool job. They look like a little 90s R&B male group. They threw it back to the era with like they all wore like red leather, and they all had like some hats on. I didn't like BJ's little bandana head wrap. It wasn't working for me. But BJ, shout out to you. I love you, bro. And Luke James came out there like in some silk pajamas, and Ro James came out, his usual motorcycle biker outfit. He did his thing. He sounded great. Yeah, all the guys sounded good. The performance was it was cool. I feel like they could have had more happening with the set, but it was all good. And like I said, they all look like an R&B group, so it was really cool. I like how they did it. And it was also just good to see like Luke James performing his own music on the main stage again. I feel like it's been a minute since that's happened, and not him just tributing somebody, you know. And then lastly, to end it off, we gave love to Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis. Babyface came out and presented them with the Legend Award for this year, which they so rightly deserve. Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis have been the architects behind some of the greatest songs of all time, some of the greatest albums of all time. With Janet Jackson, Mary J. Blige, Usher, Karen White, Sherelle, the SOS Band, The Time, like every other artist from the 80s and the 90s. Like, come on, we could run that list down. But Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis are architects of modern music. They are the architects of modern music. So I'm so glad they got this award. They deserved it. Man, I can talk enough about how much Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis mean to me. Just for Janet Jackson's catalog alone. But they've done way more than that. So, you know. But yeah, man, they both came up and gave an amazing speech about the power of music. Terry said some great words about his family and his appreciation for the moment. Then Jimmy talked about, you know, the power of music and how it brings people together, and how it's like it's that spiritual connection between all of us. That was a great moment. I love Jimmy's part of the speech. It was amazing. And then after that, they had a bunch of artists come out and perform songs that were done by them or written by them. They had Sounds of Blackness come out and perform Optimistic, which is still one of my favorite like black / inspirational songs of all time. They killed it. A shout out to Sounds of Blackness. Be Optimistic. And then they had the SOS Band come out and perform. What did they perform? They performed Just Be Good to Me and Tell Me If You Still Care. They killed it. Shout out to them. So they had great energy. And then Sherelle and Alexander O'Neal came out and performed Saturday Love, which is a song that I love. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday Love. I love that record. So they came out and performed that song. They killed it. Shout out to Sherelle and Alexander O'Neal. That song still goes in. And then lastly, they had Morris Day and The Time come out and perform some of their major hits like Jungle Love and some other joints. Man, they killed it. I'm telling you, Morris Day's energy and his charisma and his style and his swag still on point after all these years. I just think it's crazy how some of these artists from like the the 80s and the 90s, they have way more stage presence and energy and charisma than a lot of these newer generation acts. Like, it's just crazy. Like, so a lot of these newer artists, I need y'all to take some notes on a lot of the older artists and look at how they perform, their stage presence, their energy, their charisma, their swag. Look at how they perform and start taking some notes, because there's no reason why a lot of the older artists were outshining the newer artists, in my opinion. Like, there's no reason for that, but that was happening. So shout out to Morris Day. He killed that joint. He just killed it. And shout out to The Time. And once again, shout out to Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis for the careers that y'all built and the albums and songs that y'all gave us that are still here to this day, that are just everything. Shout out to y'all. Y'all definitely deserve all the love that y'all got. They killed that. So that's pretty much how the show ended off. Let me talk about some of the awards that were not televised. Let's see, some awards that weren't televised. The Soul Train Certified Award, I went to Trevor Jackson. I was very surprised by that. I thought that would have went to either Fantasia or maybe Daniel Caesar, even Sierra, but that went to Trevor Jackson. I was surprised by that, but shout out to Trevor Jackson. Shout out to you. And best male artist went to Khalid. I was not surprised by that. The other nominees were Anderson .Paak, Bruno Mars, Chris Brown, Daniel Caesar, and Tank. Shout out to Khalid though. What else? The Rhythm and Bars Award, which is the best hip-hop song of the year, that went to Cardi B for Money. I'm cool with that. I'm not mad at it. The other nominees were 21 Savage and J. Cole with A Lot, DaBaby with Suge, J. Cole with Middle Child, Meek Mill and Drake with Going Bad, and Megan Thee Stallion and DaBaby with Cash Shit. But I'm cool with Cardi B winning. I thought they would have given it to 21 Savage and J. Cole with A Lot, or maybe even Suge. But I'm not mad at Cardi B winning. Money's a great song. Song of the year, I went to Chris Brown and Drake with No Guidance. Not surprised by that. The other nominees were Beyonce's Before I Let Go, LMA's Shot Clock, Khalid's Talk, Lizzo's Juice, and Summer Walker and Drake's Girls Need Love remix. Album / mixtape of the year went to Lizzo's Cause I Love You, which I'm sorry for Lizzo. That means she's definitely on to a Grammy nomination, hopefully a Grammy win, later in 2020. But yeah, it went to Lizzo's Cause I Love You. Great win. I'm not mad at it. But the other nominees were Ari Lennox's Shea Butter Baby, Chris Brown's Indigo, Ella May's Ella May, hers I Used to Know Her, and Khalid's Free Spirit. The Ashford and Simpson Songwriters Award went to Beyonce, St. John, and Wizkid for Brown Skin Girl with Blue Ivy Carter. I'm glad that won. That means it's definitely on to a Best R&B Song nomination now, which I'm happy for. I'm glad that song won. The other nominees were hers, Hard Place, Lizzo's Juice, Anderson .Paak and Smokey Robinson's Make It Better, Chris Brown and Drake's No Guidance, and Khalid's Talk. Best dance performance went to Chris Brown and Drake for No Guidance, even though Drake didn't do no type of dancing, but it's all good. That was a good one. I'm glad it won. That video was great and the dancing was great. Other nominees were Beyonce's Spirit, which I definitely thought was going to take it, honestly. Lizzo's Juice. I thought they might have given it to Normani's Motivation as well. That was a really good dance performance, but Chris Brown got it. Tana Taylor's WTP. I'm not going to say what that means. And Danny Lay's Easy remix with Chris Brown was also nominated as well. Best collaboration performance. This went to Chris Brown and Drake for No Guidance. Definitely not surprised by that as well. The other nominees in this category were Ari Lennox and J. Cole with Shea Butter Baby, Beyonce, St. John and Wizkid with Brown Skin Girl, Cardi B and Bruno Mars with Please Me, PJ Morton and JoJo with Say So. Love that record. Ty Dolla $ign and J. Cole with Purple Emoji as well. So I'm definitely not surprised Chris Brown and Drake took that one. Biggest song in the category. And lastly, Video of the Year went to Lizzo for Juice, which I'm happy with. The other nominees were, this was actually, to me, a very, wrong category. Alicia Keys' Raise a Man. Nah. That was a cool video, but nah. Beyonce's Spirit, definitely should have been in here. And I thought would have won, to be honest. But I'm happy for Lizzo. Juice was a great video. Childish Gambino's Feels Like Summer, that was a great video. Chris Brown and Drake with No Guidance. I'm cool with that. Good video. And lastly, Khalid with Better. I love Khalid and I love Better, but Better wasn't that great of a video to me. So, so to me, Alicia Keys and Khalid shouldn't have been in this category, but I still like those videos. But I'm happy for Lizzo, so she won Video of the Year. So yeah, man, that was pretty much all the awards that were televised. Let me know if you think I missed anything in terms of the awards themselves or the show itself. But that was pretty much my synopsis of the show this year. All in all, I thought it was a pretty great show. A lot of the legends came out and showed why they're legends. They gave us good performances. A lot of the news, like, it wasn't a lot of star power from the newer generation, but the people who did come out still did their thing. All in all, it was a really smooth show. I love the host; they did a great job. It didn't feel too long. They didn't have us there for a long time. It ended on time. It was a pretty good show. I don't have too many complaints other than the pre-show being kind of trash, but that's always the case. But yeah, for next year, I just want more. Live can continue. Y'all did a good job live. Next year, I just want more star power from the newer generation. More artists being present, and just yeah, just more creative ideas. But all in all, I think it was a pretty solid show. So let me know what y'all thought about the Soul Train Awards this year. Let me know who's your favorite performance. I don't know if I can give you my favorite performance of the show. I don't know. I feel like it's hard to really point out my favorites. I think highlight to me was definitely the Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis tribute. All those artists coming out was definitely a highlight for me. They definitely did a thing. Yolanda Adams was definitely a highlight as well. She sang the fuck down. I like the Soul Cypher, that was cool too. Pink Sweats was dope. Stokely was dope. Tiana Major 9 and the Earth Gang, that was a nice solid performance too. Sir was really good. Yeah, so those are my main performances I thought was really good. There was nobody that I really didn't like that. I don't think anybody did a trash job. So all in all, it was a pretty good show. But yeah, man, like I said, let me know what y'all thought about the award show this year. Let me know who y'all favorite performers. Let me know who y'all wanted to see there, who wasn't there. Let me know if you think they could have done anything differently. Just give me all your thoughts about the show down below, okay? Appreciate y'all. If you haven't already, don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Do all that and more, okay? Appreciate y'all. And like I always say, guys, live your best life, drink more water, stay woke, and if you're mad or sad, go listen to your favorite song to make you feel better, okay? Go listen to your favorite song. Alright, y'all, but this has been your boy Bright, the R&B Kid. Thank you for watching, but for now, I'm signing off, baby. Bye, y'all. Peace.
I came to vibe, you came to function, just do that, baby. Don't worry about nothing, no. I came to vibe, you came to function, just do that, baby. Don't worry about nothing, no. Relax just a little bit. You don't gotta worry, you can just have fun.